welcome to this Centremaps video. Today we're looking at the 3D models that we provide through Centremaps Live, and we do it in partnership with AccuCities, and I'd like to have Michael here today with us. Hi, Michael.
Thank you very much for having me. Nice to see you, Andy.
So looking at the 3D models from AccuCities, I think it's useful initially to set the scene of where that data comes from, what it's based on. So yeah, Michael, if you could just talk us through that a bit.
So what we are using to create our 3D models is aerial photogrammetry. It's basically a process where the survey plane flies over an area, takes a series of photographs, and then we can overlapping images, and that allows us to see in 3D. Then what we do is we just manually retrace everything that we can see. And by quite a few post processes, we get the 3D models which are accurate and also detailed. So we capture everything that we can see on the roofs for level 3 models. And then on the terrain, we capture all of the height differences of greater than 25 centimeters. And we capture them along the changes in surfaces. So you will have roads captured at the curb height, and you would get green spaces captured along the paths. Obviously, if there is a significant height difference in a green area, then we would capture those as well. So we are using manual processes again. We retrace everything manually, and that gives us the accuracy readings that we can guarantee. So for our level 3 models, we guarantee 15 centimeters in all axes to be all of the points within that space.
Brilliant. And I guess the improvements in imagery over the last few years have made it a little bit easier to pick at.
Absolutely. I mean, I used to work for Ordnance Survey, where I used to do the same things. And we used to work with 25 centimeter resolution, still analog imagery, which was much, much worse. And you could get much greater accuracy spread. Now we are using 7.5 centimeter imagery, which gives us plenty of room for those 15 centimeter accuracy readings.
Amazing. And can you just give us a bit more detail about the differences between the level 2 and the level 3 models and the kind of detail that people can get, particularly on the roofs?
Yeah, absolutely. So starting from ground up, we capture everything on the ground for both of the models the same. And then for level 2 models, we capture all of the roofs in their correct shapes. But we don't capture stuff like door windows or the roof ledges or chimneys, which makes the models lighter. So for some applications, such as wind modeling, those models are ideal. But for daylight and sunlight and those kind of studies, we always advise clients to use level 3 models, which have all of those features captured. So level 3 models still don't have any facade detail, because we simply cannot see it, but they have all of the other detail that we can see.
Great. And certainly when we've been processing orders with customers, it's not really aimed at a specific building. It's often puts that building in context, and most orders, well, we never recommend anybody takes less than 100 by 100 meters, but it's usually up to sort of 200 or 300 meter square area starting point, really, isn't it?
Absolutely. So the minimum order is 330 by 330 meters. And those are sort of site models that we can capture to order anywhere in the UK in, let's say, 5 days. Those are the standard models. We obviously have city models for London, Birmingham, Bristol, Cardiff, Dublin. We have those prepared as a library models, so customers can come in and just get a cutout from that model, and we can deliver it in less than 24 hours.
Brilliant, yeah. And that's certainly been our experience, and it makes life a lot easier for our customers knowing it comes back that quickly. What software do you find people using? I mean, we've got the classic kind of SketchUp and CAD.
So for as you say, the CAD is the standard model, and we capture our models as a native CAD models, CAD solids. So they are quite heavy, but you can drill through them and you can do all sorts of really interesting stuff with them. And then we can convert them into SketchUp. A lot of customers use SketchUp. A lot of customers use 3D Studio Max or Cinema 4D or something like that for visualizations. And for them, we can deliver FBX models. And we also have a texture model of London, which we also deliver in FBX format. And then, because of the popularity of BIM and Revit, we also provide small sites as Revit models. Unfortunately, we cannot provide more than, let's say, quarter of a square kilometer, 500 by 500 meters, because it's just simply too big for Revit once we do that. But the smaller sites are no problem. We can deliver it in those formats. Obviously, for anybody that needs some sort of shapefile or any other sort of GIS shape files or something like that, we can provide those as well.
Brilliant. And I think it's worth saying that we've sort of got a plan to have some videos of each of these kind of applications out, so people can really get a feel for getting the data in, getting started. And yeah, I think it's quite interesting to see how different the model can look in different rendering engines, depending on how much time and you want to give it to render. It's can be quite a
Absolutely.
dramatic
Absolutely.
difference.
I mean, we know that for some clients that need more of a visualization rather than the bread and butter studies that our customers do, we can upgrade the facades and the entire model all the way to level 4 models. So we have something, because we ran out of numbers, we have something called 3.5. A level 3.5, where we just put in window openings and the doors, so basic facade openings. And then for level 4 models, we capture all of the architectural detailing. So all of the ledges, all of the stairs, all of that kind of railings, all of that kind of detailing. And then we can go all the way to texture models where we apply textures to these kind of models. So on the level 4s, you would have materials that give you a good overview of the building. But for the photorealism, we can also apply textures.
Those traditional softwares are great. The Plan City as well, a different way to interact that you offer.
Absolutely. So we have our own application, which is called Plan City. We put all of our city models into it. And it's Unreal Engine 5 based application. So it's utilizing the game engine to give some of the answers to some of the most common planning questions. So we can examine proposal against, let's say, maximum building heights around St. Paul's in London, or viewing corridor, protected views, and so on. But we can also run some preliminary studies. So visual sky component study, which is normally done on the Windows, but to give a really quick answers to developers who want to develop something in central London, very dense area, and they want to know where the possible issues could be with the design in terms of visual sky component or sun hours on the ground for neighboring properties and so on. And you can do a lot of these preliminary studies directly in Plan City. And a lot of our customers always use it, also use it for visualizations, so to visualize their proposal in a wider city context.
Yeah, and the one of the amazing things in there as well, the future skyline is really useful to understand how it'll look against the buildings that are already in planning
Yes,
coming.
absolutely. So what we do to keep our city models up to date is that we recapture all of the models every almost 1,000 days. So every 2-3 years, we buy new imagery, we recapture everything that where there was a change. But that's not enough, because in areas like City of London, Nine Elms, and Battersea, or Blackfriars or Canary Wharf, we have so much development that even these updates wouldn't keep up with it. So what we do is we provide Future Skyline, where we put all of the proposals that we know about in the area that have planning permission, and put them in from, let's say, a planning document. Because it's not necessary for developers to deliver it as 3D models as part of their planning application. So what we do is we just remake them and put them in. Also, sometimes happens that we don't know about the building, so it's not there. If customers need it, we will provide it sort of free of charge for those customers. So it provides. to the customers who build in these areas, it's just super useful service to know what is coming on the
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a building that's going to appear in the next few days, is it? That somebody's designing. It is going to take years to be built, and by that time, that skyline may well have developed.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's not just about the skyline, it's also about deliveries to the site to make sure that the site can be serviced well enough without disrupting lives of people who live there too much. So that is really a valuable resource.
Brilliant. Thanks, Michael. It's been really interesting, and I know we could definitely go into a lot more detail, but I think we'll stop there. And we're definitely planning on having, as I say, some examples of the models in various different software, so people can really get a feel for what it means to open up the model and start interacting with it.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you for having me. It's great to talk to
No,
you.
no problem at all. So if anybody wants to find out more about us, you can check out our website. You can also order and the model straight away online, or you're quite welcome to get in touch with us to discuss it. And if you need something more than the initial model as well, if you're thinking about internal mapping of the property at survey level accuracies and that kind of thing, then we're also able to help out that. So thanks again to Michael, and thanks for watching, and do watch out for some additional content.